Day 3, we're back at it. Yesterday, it was so totally scorching hot. Humidity was out of control, full sun. Got an early start today. We're gonna take advantage of this shade. There's a nice cool breeze, but word on the street is it's gonna be even hotter and more humid today. So we're gonna try our best to set up a tent and stay alive today. You can see underneath the liner right here, we started putting in our big wing walls or retaining rocks that are gonna tie the waterfall into the hillside, make it look natural and help retain some of the soil as we move our way up. Did the bottom drop right here with a beautiful stacked slate. So that's gonna make a really cool sheet waterfall. We're gonna do the same thing up top behind that bucket between those two large frame stones. That's what Dominic's gonna get started on. We're gonna try to get as much of these big rocks set and start edging and do the fine detail, get our plumbing run, and get this machine pulled back and start doing our basin. That way we can put a tent over the pond and all of our edge work and the fine detail stuff will be in the shade. But we got a lot accomplished yesterday, and I think we'll have a lot done by the end of today. And fingers crossed, maybe we'll even have water running. I don't think it'll be totally finished and buttoned up, but the majority of the work's gonna get done today. So we're using moss to naturalize some of the stonework, make it look aged. And we use it to cover up some gaps and just kind of like make rocks look a little more seamless. Like you won't see any of this anyways because water's coming down, but when the moss is behind the waterfall like this, it grows and you can see it growing behind the water. It looks really cool. So right now I'm digging out the basin. We're hitting a lot of ledge. Unfortunately, we thought if we were gonna be able to shift the basin to the left a little bit, the ledge would kind of get deeper and it popped back up, started going high again. So I'm gonna have to level this all out, put some nice soil down, and the basin's gonna have to raise up a little bit, which is fine. We planned for that in case that's what ended up happening. I just had my fingers crossed that maybe we'd be able to go down deeper, but that's all right. Little adjustment to the plan. So we got our basin in, we defeated the ledge, and now we are setting up kind of like a natural retaining wall on the outside, because where I'm sitting right now, all this crushed stone, this is going to be a patio, and it's going to marry up to those stones. And because we had to elevate that basin, we need to retain it so it doesn't spill out all over the patio. And it's going to be beautiful and awesome, so obviously, big rocks. All right, guys, we're gonna do a quick end of the day walkthrough. This is day 3. The sun is now covered with clouds. There's a slight breeze. The heat wave seems to have broken. It was brutal today. It was 95 plus and the humidity was off the charts. So we're all a little cooked right now, but we got a ton of work done. Thanks, Evan. Let me show you what we got so far. We've got the front retaining wall in. We had to raise our reservoir up because we hit ledge as we tried to dig down. We kind of expected that. We talked about it on day 1. As we started digging, it was all over the place, 6 inches, 8 inches down. So we raised up our reservoir, our pondless basin. We're retaining that with some big, beautiful boulders. If you look over here at what Stonefire's doing, where the veneer meets the concrete, this is patio height basically. So the reservoir is just slightly above patio height. It's going to be a really cool effect when you're sitting down here in a chair next to the fire pit. The water's a little elevated and more to your line of sight. So that's kind of a neat benefit of that. Underneath this bib liner right here, this is our reservoir, all our aqua blocks. So this is the water storage. This is what it looks like before it's all covered in gravel and made to look beautiful. Our pump vault is right here underneath the faux rock. We're gonna have our pump sit down in there. Plumbing's gonna run. You can see it right there, partially trenched up to the top where our spillway is. And then we're gonna have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops. So you got the headwater where the spillway is hidden up top. That's not all buttoned up yet, but it'll look really cool. We're gonna have a log up in there. Water's gonna pour in at an angle right off of this rock, drop down into here. Our first big spill, it's gonna run through here. Our next big spill, whoa, right here, whoosh, down to this section. And this part's really cool. There's all these cobbles in here. So I wanted to have a little elevation change with some rapids. So the water's just gonna like pour over all these boulders. It looks really cool when it does that. Pool up in here, and then our final major sheet fall. And then we're gonna do something little and nice down here that's gonna kick the water this way, and then it's gonna swoop and disappear into the blocks. We got all this retaining wall work done today, kind of tear ourselves up the hill to tie all of this beautiful water feature into the landscaping, but it also helps retain the soil and keep our edges high so we don't have any low edges and stuff. Ties it all together, holds the hill up basically. And we got underwater LED lights going in tomorrow too for each one of these drops. Now guys, this hillside is humongous and these drops are huge too. Typically we're doing 6 to 8 inch waterfall drops, sometimes a 12-inch drop. I'm sitting on the reservoir right now. I'm 6'2", and I'd say the waterfall is probably at its peak up there, same height as me. So you can imagine these are pretty significant waterfall drops. It's gonna look really cool. And the homeowner is a big fan of sheet style waterfalls, so that's why we built them this way. We got the stacked slate, some natural sheet falls, and it's just gonna make these beautiful cascades coming down that they'll be able to see from all the windows in the house and all the seating areas in the outdoor living space. Hey guys, day 4. It is hot again, if you can believe it. I'm sweating profusely, but I'm having fun. And that's what's important. Right, guys?
Right.
Yeah. So today the goal is to finish everything and get it running. Is that practical? Very. Are we close? Absolutely. We have to finish rocking out the basin and gravel that, hook up our pump and plumbing. Right now Drew's up top leveling our spillway, and we're gonna rock that in, camouflage it, get it all disguised. And then we can turn this bad boy on and start edging it. We have to have water running before we edge, which edging is hiding all the liner and disguising everything to make it look natural. We have to wait until water is moving to do the edging because we don't want to create by accident a low edge or an area where water is going to weep out. We need to see all of it running and where the water is going so we can disguise the liner correctly without making a leak. Very important. Hey guys, we're gonna turn it on. It's not done. I don't want to see it go, so we're gonna let it rip.
All right, so we have edged this entire section here. Everyone's kind of taking a break. I figured I'd take the time to say where we're at before we get way too deep. But this is the top right here. All of this has been edged all the way through here. Took some stuff from the woods, laid it down, looks super natural. All the way down. Added some rocks here to make it look even better. We've had the water running to see if there's gonna be any leaks coming out, and then we fix them as we go. There's a small one right here that we fixed up, and Drew did one down there, and he fixed that one. So everything should be good. We just have to finish up doing the edge all the way down here and doing the lights, and I'm pretty sure it should be 100% done, besides like very small things, maybe just doing a once over on all of it. But yeah, it's super warm. Sean's been going crazy on it. We're all kind of dying, and we unfortunately have to get this done today. Right now I think it's about 6 o'clock, and I have no idea how much longer we have, but it's definitely quite a bit. So it's looking super good though.
All right, guys, it's the end of the day. This is day 4, and it has been a crazy week. We had a huge heat wave. It slowed everything down. Plus, we had a ton of challenges on this project. Ledge, difficult access, really bad digging conditions, but look what we've created. We've got the last 5% left to go. That'll be done tomorrow. We've got all of the rock work done. Everything is edged except for one little section down here at the bottom of the basin. The lights for the waterfalls are all in place. We got some pathway lights in their rough location, but they're not set in yet. And of course it's running. So we have accomplished quite a bit. We built this whole lower section today, graveled everything, got everything plumbed and buttoned up. So this section right here was really difficult to tie into. The left side we were able to do some large retaining stones, some accent boulders to tie everything into the hillside. But this side we didn't disturb the landscaping, so it's a lot more difficult to get stuff set in here. So we pieced together these large rocks, made some avalanches, and we edged everything with dirt and gravel, and then we spread some of this pine needle mulch that was already here on the hillside, just to blend everything together and naturalize it. It was super challenging, but I think it turned out amazing. And these waterfalls are super impressive. We've got 3 drops that are at least 18 to 24 inches. And then I'm in love with this bottom waterfall. We found this rock when we were digging. We flipped it over, and it was just too cool not to turn into a waterfall. And we had this small drop going into the basin, so we totally utilized that. There's a little bit more moss work that has to happen. The autofill line has to get trenched all the way to the hose, and this little bit of edging. But besides that, hooking up the lights, this thing's rocking and rolling. And we'll probably do a cleaning too. Wash all the rocks and stuff down, get the silty, dirty water out of the basin and refill it with some fresh water. But I think that's pretty good for the 4 days we've been working in this insane heat, 95+ degree days with well over 100% humidity. Like today was the hottest day, and it was so humid, hard to breathe, but it was worth it. So it's late right now. It's going on 8 o'clock. So we're just wrapping things up, getting our machines, our trailers out of here. The guys are gonna come back and hook up the lights and do some button-up work. But Monday's gonna be technically day 5, where I'm gonna come back and just make sure everything's good to go, do a final walkthrough, and make sure everything's all buttoned up. Drum roll, guys. Here it is, all done. All that hard work, the arduous battle of the heat. It was crazy, but we got it done. We defeated the ledge. We defeated the 95-degree temps with 100% humidity. All the trials and tribulations of this project, we crushed it all. The homeowner is over the moon happy. This thing is just incredible. It's everything he always dreamed of. It's all the sheet waterfall drops that he was really hoping for. All that elevation change, big boulders, everything. It's got everything, guys, and it's done, and it's awesome. The only other thing that we think this could use, just like the icing on top, is maybe some landscaping, some plants. We got all these nice dirt pockets in our retaining wall. Down in here, we could soften all this up with some beautiful vegetation. That'd be the only other thing. It's got lighting, big boulders, huge sheet falls, automatic fill valve, oversized storage reservoir, so it's never gonna run out of water. It's, I don't know, all the moss, huge down log, everything. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's, as Mason would want me to say to you, it's delectable. Would you agree? Yeah, right? Yes. Thanks for watching this short series. I hope you enjoyed the process. If there's more stuff you want to see us do, leave a comment down below. And other than that, guys, enjoy these awesome shots of this finished waterfall.